So today we are going to discuss why hockey is not more popular in America. Number 1. Hockey is too complicated. Hockey's main goal is to put a 1x3 inch piece of rubber between a 6x4 foot opening. Despite its simple idea, it's a pretty hard sport to watch, being that the puck is so tiny. In fact, most people who watch hockey today usually look at the way everything from the player to the skates and sticks clashing to find where the play is going, and ultimately the puck is going. So to an American, we can't watch it. We are used to basketballs and footballs flying around, which are much easier to see and follow. The only majorly followed sport that has a tiny item that is used to score goals or points is baseball. But Americans grow up playing and watching it, unlike hockey. The only way to solve this is you have to grow youth hockey. Examples would be St. Louis. St. Louis has done a very good job growing youth hockey around that, and you can see that when you watch games. You see a lot more people showing up and in their stands. This next one is not a big issue, but is a factor of why it is not as popular. Ethnicity. Due to more people of white ethnicity living in typically colder climates, or heritage from typically colder climates, naturally white people have a higher tolerance for the cold. This is not helped by the fact Canada is almost 80% white. Solution? Sure, a jacket could work, but the best thing is growing roller hockey. Roller hockey is a lot warmer, so it doesn't have to be watched with 3 coats and a blanket on. Not to mention, it's a lot cheaper, which is my next point. Money. Hockey is one of the most expensive sports to play. The gear can cost anywhere from $300 to $400 to $2,500. This is only the player's gear. Goalie gear can easily get up to $3,000. And then you also have to get into a league, which can be $500 or more, just to start. So even with cheap equipment that barely passes its safety requirements, and the league, you're easily looking at $1,000, just to find out if you like hockey. That price tag is something most people would laugh at. Solution. This problem is the closest to being solved. Almost every NHL team, or rink for that matter, has Learn to Play, or something similar, where they lend you equipment and teach you the basics. In fact, there is a website called learntoplay.nhl.com. Look it up if you don't believe me. That can show you where one is located. Also, knowing hockey players or friends that play hockey, hockey players will often lend you equipment and or give you their old equipment. Fighting. Hockey is one of the most physical games out there. In fact, the top10s.com rated ice hockey the most violent pro sport out there. However, it makes it a lot harder to gain fans when no parents want their kids to play hockey. They see the fighting and hitting and think there's no way my kids are going to play that sport. Not realizing checking isn't even allowed until players are 14 or older, and fighting in minor leagues is treated way harshly than how the NHL treats fighting in their league. But because hockey is stereotyped for it, parents don't think it's safe to play the sport. Solution. The NHL needs to crack down on fighting, which they have been doing a great job at, going from 803 fights during the 01-02 season to the 17-18 season, which had 280 fights during the season. Also, NHL teams and AHL teams and minor league teams need to bring in more people so that you can see it's very hard to get hurt in hockey. The equipment is very well put together. That is why it is so expensive, because the padding is so great. It's very hard to get hurt. Even though we're getting hit harder than football players and taking blasts from the point, we still can take a massive shot and be fine and walk away. Do you agree with these ideas and solutions? Let me know in the comments. And until next time, lights out in the red light district.